Hey, how y'all doing? This is Mongo. Thank you for choosing the Magnificent Mongo Slave for all your wrestling information and content. Like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. Nobody cares about Dominik Dijakovic, or I call him Chalkovic. You want to know why I call him Chalkovic? Because you look at a big stick of chalk. Look at this chalk. Look at the screen, please. You think it's two different things? No, it's the same thing. All right, Chalkovic, Dijakovic is chalk. He's plain. He's nothing. He says, "Feast your eyes." What am I looking at? Okay, what am I looking at? I'm looking at this guy looks like a very tall accountant. Like he drives with both hands on the wheel. He drives a minivan with both hands on the wheel. He's a good neighbor. Like what the fuck? There's no edge to him. There's no character to him. There's no danger to him. There's no aggression to him. There's no nothing. You can probably get more emotion out of one of those sticks of chalk than you can out of Dominik Dijakovic. I have no fucking idea why this guy, again, well, you know what? I know why. Because the internet likes tall guys who can do flips. That's why. That's why this guy's on NXT. He keeps wrestling Keith Lee. He wrestled Keith Lee 100 fucking times. This guy he's like, I don't know. He's like Keith Lee's shadow. You know, like they wrestle so much. And I'm pretty sure this comes from Uncle Dave Meltzer, who probably saw Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic in a match in PWG or some shit, which I'm almost guaranteed that's the case. And they had a good match. And then, you know, Triple H decided to be a mark and bring both of those guys in. And then he found only one of those guys actually has any talent and charisma and character and can talk and do everything. And the other one, well, he's just, again, like I said, a really tall accountant. He's kind of like, you know, mail boy Greg or something like that. He's just so plain and uninteresting, and he's even presented as being uninteresting. Like there's nothing good about him. So let's talk about. No, I don't even want to talk about the match. I don't even want to talk about the match. It's terrible. Dominik Dijakovic is a dude. He probably, you know what? You know how I can fix him. Let's fantasy book. I'm gonna start doing some fantasy booking on this channel. He needs to be wearing a mask. Okay, that's the first thing we need to do. Put him in a fucking mask because apparently he can't emote with his face and all that type of stuff. Anyway, I seen him trying. I saw him try. It doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. I remember being in film class. And they used to show this picture of this guy. He looked like House, and he would just sit there and he had the same facial expression. And then they would talk about how people the film critics would say it's a tour de force, it's a masterpiece. Look at this guy. His acting talent is so wonderful, and his facial expression never changed. So it's like, okay, you're projecting onto that guy. You know, it's like being a character from a novel or something. You have no traits of your own. I'm supposed to just project onto you. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do with Dijakovic. I'm supposed to just project my feelings onto him. Because that's the only way I can get any fucking feelings out of this shit. Like, this just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why this guy is so tall and yet he can't do anything but flips. And look, the guy's very athletic. That's why I say you need to be wearing a fucking mask. He must just be a big ass luchador. Big white luchador. Let's make Lucha Blog really mad by having more white luchadors. You know, I don't know how tall the guy is. Got like 6'12". Who the hell knows? You know, well, 6'12", you'd be 7 feet, but the guy's tall. All right, that's my point. Point is the guy is tall. And okay, he's just tall. So what? He's a tall guy, do tall guy stuff. I don't care. He does flips though. So I don't give a shit. What? When was the list? He didn't have any good promo. Like he got an opportunity, clear as fucking day, June 15th, NXT, to talk about, you know, why he's getting this title match. He didn't even look like a guy who deserves the title match. He didn't even wrestle the match like a guy who deserved the title match. This was a guy who was supposedly brought up to Monday Night Raw months ago. And I'm pretty sure he walked in the door and walked right past Vince McMahon, and nobody knew who he was because he's just a guy. Just a guy. He probably gave him a referee shirt. Like, oh yeah, why we hire such tall referees, pal? Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why is this guy doing what he's doing? why this guy just doesn't have to seem to understand wrestling. Okay, he doesn't seem to understand what's going on here. And I really don't want to tear the guy down. All right, but because I want to try to help him. And like I said, if you make him, let's do something for real. Let me really fantasy book how to help Dominik Dijakovic. Here's what you do. You either one, you put a mask on him, and you give him some type of crazy character like the Berserker or the Masked Executioner or the Masked Shooter or the Masked High Flyer or something like that. And then you try to sell gimmick masks, so you're not going to be able to do much else with them. You put some tassels on them or some shit. Or you bring them up to the main roster as somebody's bodyguard. You know, preferably somebody like Dolph Ziggler. Because that's really all you're going to be able to do is get, you know, Dijakovic he might look strong and dangerous if he just standing there with the arms folded. That might be able to get the job done. He can even do, let me tell you this. This is what pissed me off about Dijakovic. I'm back on to being mad. Fuck Truck trying to help him. He was standing right next to Karrion Kross. And they doing the classic WWF two big guys snorting and breathing heavy in each other's faces. And I did not believe he was a big guy, even though he was bigger than Kross. Like, I was like, fuck, what the fuck? Like, I seen this guy does not pass the Randy Orton test. Now, the Randy Orton test, I love the Randy Orton test. All right. If you don't get it, they say you really don't understand whether a guy can make it in the WWE until he can stand toe-to-toe with Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton would probably tear Dijakovic's throat out, stitch it back together, and then kick him in the fucking head. I do not see any aggression whatsoever out of Dijakovic. Everything he does looks light, and it doesn't look like it hurts. It doesn't like he's even trying to hurt anybody. He looks like a guy out there doing Cirque du Soleil butterfly dancing or some shit. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. And I don't understand why anybody likes it. I don't get it. I don't get it. He has no character, has no personality, has no charisma, can't draw interest, can't draw fans. I don't get it. I don't get it. What is he good for? What is he good for? I don't even know. He's not even funny to laugh at. Like, at least somebody like Cameron Grimes is somebody that's funny to laugh at. Because Grimes is so bad, he's funny. But Dijakovic is just kind of like, fuck. It's not only did you change your channel, you change your channel and don't come back when he comes on TV. He is worse than Baron Corbin. At least Baron Corbin is hateable. I have to make up shit in order to feel anything when it comes to Dijakovic. I had to sit there and think to myself, like, God damn, this guy's been gone for, I don't know, weeks. You would think that a guy who comes back after a couple of weeks would have some type of tense, intensity, like, I left NXT and these blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, he just looked like, again, the weird guy in the cubicle next door. That's how he carries himself. He carries himself like a very well-meaning guy, like he comes to work carrying a briefcase, and that's not pro wrestling, dog. He needs to get somebody got to do something. Somebody got to do something, man. This guy's dead in the water. So Chalkovic, I'm done with him. Fuck Chalkovic. I hope don't have to see him again, or at least next time I do see him, he's actually learned about character, learned about charisma, or he's drastically fucking different. He needs to go away. And he did go away. Then he came back, which was the mistake. He shouldn't have come back. Should not have come. If you're going to leave for an extended amount of time, don't come back the same way. And I get that he was probably called up. He was one of those people that Heyman called up probably. He just kind of got ignored because, again, he just showed up on time smiling with his thumbs up. And everybody just was like, okay, this guy's here. Who's this guy? What do you do? What's your gimmick, bruh? No, fuck out of here, dog. Bruce and Vince are smart guys. They didn't use Dijakovic on Raw. You already got problems with your ratings. All right, so like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.